One of the things I've been collecting since I was 14, 16 years old is antique silver. There are certain things in this world that we're just kind of drawn to, and there's no real explanation for why that is. But I remember when I first saw my first piece of silver that I was like, I want that. It was a fork. It was a fork made in Dublin, like I think 1790 or 1800. And I slowly paid it off with birthday money, and then I took it home and I started using it. Well, fast forward to many years later, here in my own apartment in New York, all of my cutlery is my collection of antique silver made between 1790 and 1850, about that time period. This stuff is solid silver. It's all hallmarked or stamped, indicating who it was made by, where it was made, and the year that it was made. We have a monarch's head on there. There's the young Queen Victoria. We have, I have to look at this. We have a T, which is the year under her reign that this was made. So it went from A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then if it went past 26 years, they would repeat the letters with a different font, like a different style. So for Queen Victoria, it's very interesting. We have multiple fonts of letters because she ruled for more than 26 years. These things, for me, the reason why I just like drool over them is because they're not just useful, beautiful things. There's such history imbued in something as simple as a spoon or a fork, which, you know, most people, they have their spoons and their forks, but they're not emotionally connected to them. I am very emotionally connected to these things, and what they do is they add value to the simplest thing. When I'm eating like something that kind of makes me laugh because it's like garbage food, but I'm eating it with silver, it just makes even that sort of funny, casual meal elevated, and it makes it special. There's also the sound of silver. Silver produces that tinging sound. That will not happen with stainless steel. You can try it. Take out your stainless steel cutlery and go like this. It just won't happen. This is my umbrella. I only own one umbrella. My philosophy is, if you're gonna have something that's useful, buy the best if you can, and buy one, and make it something that you absolutely love. So this umbrella has a silver this is a sterling silver handle and a rosewood shaft. This umbrella was made by a wonderful company in London called James Smith and Sons. They've been around since the 1830s. They've been in the same place in London since that time, so they have old parts in their basement from which they make new things. So that's what this umbrella was. It was a new umbrella that I purchased using parts that were over 100 years old. This thing is so precious to me, but again, useful. So there's kind of a magic to silver that has made me a little bit of an addict. I've kept my addiction curbed. Every now and then though, I get a little craving. I need a fix, I need a bump of silver. So recently I had that. When there's an opportunity in my life where I actually need something because it's kind of useful, I think, I wonder if there's a silver equivalent to that. And I wonder if I can bring silver into that need. So what had happened was, as you know, I got a bike lamp, right? I have a few of these antique bike lamps. This one is a kerosene bike lamp from 1897. That's when it was patented, marked 1897 on here. And I have a couple of other bike lamps that are candle powered. Well, I have been using these bike lamps and I've been carrying matches with me. So I go to a restaurant and to take a little box of matches when I see them, and I put those matchboxes in my pocket when I've been traveling at night to light my lamps. And I thought, did a little bit of research. Sure enough, let me show you what I found. This right here was made in Birmingham in 1853. It is hallmarked. Look at this tiny little thing. Okay, where are the hallmarks? Not in there. So this is the top part of the compartment of the box, and this is the bottom. So there are the hallmarks that tell us exactly where and when it was made. Birmingham, oh, there's more marks. Birmingham, 1853. And this is called a match safe. So matches were what were used at this time period to light everything, but matches weren't really as safe as they are now. Like if there was any friction, like in your pocket, they could just catch on fire. And that did happen. Like people's trousers caught on fire from carrying around boxes of matches that were just in card. So this kept you safe. You could carry your matches around because it's a metal box, but it's not gonna catch on fire, or even if there's something that happens inside, it's safer. Well, I just felt like this lamp warrants matches that are kept in something that's really special. And I found this, and it has a striker. So the top part has this striker, which is where you actually light the match. And the way this works is you need matches that you can actually strike anywhere. There are a lot of matches now, like the matches you would get from a restaurant. They're not strike anywhere matches. They're matches that are like you have to strike them on the striker of the matchbox. But there are also matches that are called strike anywhere matches. So I tried some restaurant matches with this and it didn't work. And then I realized I need strike anywhere matches. I found some. And then, well, these were the only strike anywhere matches that I found. All the matches that I have are too big for this little compartment. So what I have been doing, which is, this is just one of those things that it's so plain and simple and kind of silly, but it's just like a small thing that's kind of thrilling to me. So I have measured how long the match needs to be, and then I just take my little penknife like this, and then do that. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut enough matches to make the bottom part of my match safe completely full with matches. Yeah. I was doing this the other night and I thought, you know, I should probably share this. I think this is the sort of thing that it's kind of falling down the rabbit hole a little bit, but while I was doing it, I was just made me so happy. This isn't, I know, I'm very well aware, this isn't the safest. Cutting the match down to half its size, like when I light it, I don't have a lot of room before the flame reaches my fingers with which I have to light the actual lamp. So there is a bit of a hazard in using them like this, but I'm gonna try. Look at this. I mean, come on. It's these little things, these small things in life. I feel, you know, they can take the most ordinary day and turn it into something that's extraordinary. It's also something that I think, like, you know, when you're trying to think of like a gift to get someone, like your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your dad or your mom, think outside the box. Like, don't just think about stuff that's made now and that's new and that you order online. Like, think about what they use every day. Look, observe, think about what they're touching, and then try to think about how you might be able to replace that thing with a nicer version, something that has some meaning and history to it. So like that really is what I'm constantly doing, and I have to say, like, it's added such value to my everyday. Crazy. That's my theme song. I know it's my theme song. It's not lost on me that this is the sort of thing that isn't really not insane. That's so much fun. So I'm just going to keep going. Oh, I have to show you one more little thing that I found. So I found this, and then when I found this, I also found this was also made in Birmingham in 1901. And it was actually engraved June 15th, 1902. So look at this little thing. I haven't polished it yet. I have to polish it. It's called a stamp safe. It's for holding postage stamps. So this little tab comes up. You would slip the stamps in there. I'm assuming the stamps that were used were smaller. They're small stamps. Those go in there, and then this sort of closes. And I don't know what this is for. I know that like Victorian women carried things on chains, like charms and things, but that's just a guess. I have no idea. Isn't it nice? Well, my silver collection that grows, and I have to also say, it doesn't just grow. The wonderful thing about silver is that there's always value in the actual metal. And the value really does just go up. Like it goes like this, but over years it goes up. So sometimes when I feel like, I'm kind of done with this, I don't need this anymore, I'm not really thrilled about it, I sell it. I had a beautiful 1840s inkstand with 2 inkwells made of silver, and I was never using it. And I thought, I could probably sell this and buy something else made out of silver. So I took it to an antique shop. Because it's all hallmarked, that's how, there's no real arguing with these hallmarks. They know it's real, they know where and when it was made, and the store owner traded with me, and I got some other things that I really liked. So that's an added bonus to collecting silver. You can really move it around, sometimes even make money off of it. My silver, one of my treasures. Thanks for watching.